Hey, come on. Got him. Oh, get him, Tuck. Get him, Tuck. Oh, he's running. Tuck's on him. Tuck's on him. He wasn't hit hard. Tuck's on him. Where'd he go?
Good morning and welcome back to Smoking Barrel Outdoors. My name is Alex and I will be your host. Time check is 5:09 and it is 20 degrees out. When we left the house it was 13, so it is a chilly morning. But we are headed up to the northeastern part of Colorado. That'd be Mr. Tucker and I. It's really cold outside, so I don't want to stick Tuck in the back. I don't have a hard shell kennel for him. I just have a little soft shell, so it'd be pretty chilly for him. He's not really meant for the cold, so he's hanging out with me. But we are headed up. We're gonna go do some pheasant hunting. Super excited about this. I love pheasant hunting. I've been doing it now for 14 years. Yeah, since I was 8. 22 now? Yeah, so about 14 years we've been doing it. Now, I don't claim to be the best. I'm not, I know kind of where to look for them and stuff like that. So I will try to give out some tips and tricks. If you guys are looking for those, I'll try to give out some tips and tricks on how I like to hunt them, how I like to push fields, how I like to line up, how I like to set myself up, all that fun stuff. And then later on tonight, we will do a not even catch because it's not fishing. It'll be a shoot, clean, and cook. We're going to do a shoot, clean, cook. And so then later tonight, skip the end of the video if you don't really care about shooting them and you just want to know how to cook pheasant. How I like to do them personally, if we get enough of them, you can shoot 3 roosters in Colorado. 3 roosters is your limit. So if we get our limit of 3 roosters, then I will cook 3 different styles of pheasant. Well, actually, maybe only 2 different styles of pheasant because I don't have enough time for the 3rd. But I will at least cook 2 different ways how I like to do pheasant. So if you guys want to see that, go ahead and skip to the end of the video if you don't care about the rest of the stuff. If you want to see us hunting them, see Tucker going and chasing them down, pointing them out, flushing them for me, retrieving them, all that good stuff, and want to learn a thing or two about pheasant hunting, then stay tuned. This is the video for you, and we're going to get into it. I'm going to do some driving, about 3-hour drive. So I should be there about, 7:45, 8 o'clock, somewhere in there, meet up with some buddies, and we will do some hunting. We'll see you then. Alrighty, little update for you. It is now 6:02. Tucker's ready to get him some birds, huh, bud? You ready? Yeah, we're ready. We're ready to go get us some birds, but it's now 5 degrees outside. Now 5, so it's gonna be chilly. I think we'll be okay. It's supposed to be 40 in Denver. I didn't check what it's supposed to be up in Northeast Colorado where we're headed, but I can't imagine it'd be too much different. It might be like 30s or something like that, which is actually perfect because it'll keep him, a little bit cooler. He won't overheat, keep his nose wet. But we're gonna take it easy on Tucker today, just because he did get bit by a rattlesnake about a month ago on opening day. He got bit by a rattlesnake on his back leg, so he's still a little bit not really recovering from it, but I kind of want to ease him back into it. He's still a little bit bare where they shaved his legs to give him his anti-venom and his IV and stuff, and his wound site. So we might stop and get him some ace bandages to wrap up his legs there. But other than that, we're cruising along, we're making good time. Should be there about 7:45. So we'll see you then. Alrighty, so we have made it. Jamie is running late, so what we're just doing, we're just kind of driving around, road hunting a little bit. The pheasant will come out and they'll pick gravel in the morning to get in their gizzards so they can grind their food up during the day. So right now we're just kind of road hunting. I have seen quite a few birds. I haven't been able to really film too many of them because pheasant really like to run. They're real skittish. So every time I try to get my phone up or my camera up and start trying to record some of them, they just kind of run away. So I did see a bunch of roosters in the land that we are hunting today in this little tree row. So that is very comforting. I'm very excited about that. I hope that that goes well for us. Other than that, they just seem to be out in these like cut wheat fields right now. So we're kind of keeping an eye on that. But I will see you guys hopefully if we start shooting at some birds while we're road hunting. If I don't get the camera up in time, you know, I'm gonna take the pheasant. Obviously that's what we're here to do. Hopefully get some film in the process. So hopefully we'll see it when we're shooting at some birds. There we go. I might be able to get her for a minute. That's a hen right there, and there are so many. This is actually a cornfield that we can hunt right here. And there are so many pheasant in it. I actually kicked up about, I don't know, 50 of them. Just driving, I stepped out of the truck, but there's your hen pheasant. You ready, bud? Tuck, you ready? Hey, whoa, chill. Look at him, he's so excited. Hopefully he doesn't have the yips and gets all excited and doesn't listen to me. We've been known to have that issue a time or two. Find him, buddy, come on. It's nice and wet outside too, so it should be really nice for his nose. Since it is just him and I'm gonna kind of zigzag, try to help him out, make it to where he doesn't have to work as hard to cover it all. It's good to help your dogs out too. Find him, bud, come on. It's right around where I saw them birds come in. So we're gonna slow down a little bit, walk nice and easy. I want to make them birds uncomfortable. Pheasants don't want to fly, they want to sit. We're going to try to make them birds as uncomfortable as we can. Yeah, this is too good not to have birds in it. This is perfect right here. He's getting in them thickets, good boy. Here. Good boy. Oh, I just saw him running. He just pointed too. They're running into this other side here. Come on, Tuck. They just ran into this other side. I saw him running. Like I said, pheasants like to run. They don't want to fly. Hen. That's a hen. No bird, Tuck, no bird. Drop feathers. Hey, no bird, come on. No bird, here. Hey, come on. Got him. Oh, get him, Tuck. Get him, Tuck. Oh, he's running. Tuck's on him. Tuck's on him. He wasn't hit hard. Tuck's on him. Where'd he go? Find him, bud. Dead bird. Find him, dead bird. Well, I can't find him. We've been looking for him for probably 10 minutes now. We're already almost back to the truck. That's part of the reality of pheasant hunting though. If you don't hit him hard, I mean, he was hit pretty hard, obviously. It knocked him out of the air, but if you don't hit him right, they'll just run on you. And we saw him running. I saw him run. I thought he hit hard enough, thought Tucker was on him quick enough, but apparently not. He must have had just enough in him to get moving. Come on, Tuck. Come on, Bubba. Come on, Bubba. Find them birds. Dead bird, come on, dead bird. Hey, Jamie. Jamie. Hey, you want to drop that right there so I can work him a little bit? Will you drop that bird? Dead bird. Come on, dead bird. Come on. Dead bird. Oh, good boy. Tucker, here. 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 Drop it. Good boy, Tuck. Good boy. Good boy. Come on, let's go. All right, so get them spread open here, like things up a little bit. They're getting a little stiff now, but find that breastplate, split their skin, expose that breast, just like so. Get everything opened up real nice. And you'll find their gizzard up here. So that's where you can kind of see where they've been at all morning, or the night before. So like this guy was in the corn all morning. Let's see, corn's right in here. So usually corn this morning. And then you'll find there's a little crevice right here, like it'd be like right here on you. Stick your finger in there, grab him by the head, just work it down. He's tucked. Pull him right apart. There you go. Now you're legal to travel. Keep the wings on him. That way you can prove sex if you get stopped by the warden. You got nice clean breasts, and then when you get home, you just breast them right out. Just like so. What you can also do is, if you have a knife, you can find right where all these feathers meet, kind of like how on a turkey it all meets right at their ass. So, bad news, but good news. Good news is we shot a pheasant. We did it. We got our first bird of the year down. Finally got one to hold tight enough. Bad news, the GoPro wasn't on. So I'll kind of run down the story for you here, just so you kind of, get a little bit of an idea what happened. But I was blocking because Tucker was done hunting. Tucker hunted his heart out today. He's a good boy. He's gonna lay down now probably. He's making his little bed there. But so I got out to block, and I was sitting on the edge of this field, and they started flushing on the other end of the field like normal. So I go taking off, and I go running down there, and I'm sitting there for a second, and then the rooster flushes right out in front of me. And long story short, we shot him. So we did get a rooster down. He's in the cooler. So we're gonna take him home, get him all fried up. So we will do our kill, clean, and cook here shortly. Once I get home, about 3 hours. It's gonna be about 10 seconds for you guys, but we will go do our kill, clean, and cook once we get home, and I'll show you guys how I personally like to eat pheasant. I only have 2 breasts, so it's kind of gonna be a real short clean and cook, but yeah. So we will see you guys here shortly. All right, so we've made it back home, and we have our breasted out pheasant, as we talked about earlier, how to get to this point. So now that we're at home, the skin kind of dries out just a little bit, and it's really simple. You just kind of wash it off, and you want to do this anyways to get all those excess down feathers off, because they can be a real nuisance. So we'll wash off all these feathers that are stuck to them. The quicker you do this after you kill the bird, or after you breast it, more or less, or clean it, we'll call it cleaning it because technically you haven't breasted it yet, but the quicker you do this after you have cleaned the bird, the easier this is going to be. The quicker you can do everything really makes life just a whole lot easier for you. Okay, so now we've kind of got them cleaned off a little bit. So using a sharp knife, after we've kind of cleaned the bird off a little bit, you want to find this breastbone right here. You'll be able to feel it, and there's a big breastbone right here. So you want to take your knife and you want to follow that breastplate down. Okay, so now that we've done that, you'll feel along the bottom of his rib cage. I've actually never done it this way, but I have heard of people doing it like this, so we're gonna try it. But you'll basically feel along his rib cage and maybe make some minor cuts in there as well to kind of clean everything up. Then you'll run it up to his wings. Again, just trying to make sure you don't waste as much meat as possible. The birds aren't huge, so there isn't a ton of meat, so you want to not waste as much as you possibly can. Okay. There you go. There's one side of the breast. There's a second. Kind of butchered the first one. By no means am I the Gordon Ramsay of breasting out pheasants, but now that you just have your carcass here, you'll just throw it away. Something that you really want to be careful of, and this is a good example right here, like this feather right here just came out of this BB hole right here. So you really want to be careful when you're kind of going back through and kind of thumbing through, making sure that you get all the BBs out. If there's any BBs that are caught, you know, any feathers that are caught, nobody wants to be eating feathers. So you just want to kind of thumb through these holes that are in the breast, like these right here, where the BBs went through them. You just want to thumb through those thoroughly, because earlier I had picked a BB out of one of these. So you just want to make sure that you get all the little feathers out, all the BBs out. That way everybody is eating this pheasant and not. Okay, so we're gonna do two different styles here. So we're gonna do one side of the breast is gonna be a different style. So we're gonna do fried, which that's what all this stuff's for, and then we're gonna do bacon wrapped, which the bacon's over there. We'll do that later. But so to make our breading, I like to take flour, obviously, and then we'll take, just for the one breast, we'll do like 4 Ritz crackers, okay? Just the normal Ritz crackers. You kind of break those up in your hand, and then you drop them on in there. Give that a good shaking. Maybe mix it with your hand. Probably be better. That kind of gives it like the crunchiness when you kind of bite into it. It's a lot better. All right, so we did the Ritz, and now we'll take a little bit of onion powder. Do just a hair of onion powder in there. We'll do some cracked pepper. So some cracked pepper in there. And then we'll do ground red pepper. We'll throw that in there. And I don't have any, but what I would also do, and what I'm kind of substituting this ground red pepper for, is paprika. And it kind of just gives it that little bit extra kick. So now we'll mix that around. Okay, we got our little tinder here, and we'll soak it in the egg. Toss it in the flour here. And get it all nice and coated up. I like mine to be super, super breaded up, so there we go. There's one. We'll take our other big guy here. Soak them in egg real well. Toss them around. We'll throw that guy in the breading. And I'll actually like rub in the breading on there just to make sure it sticks really well. Okay, and there's number 2. Okay, so those are breaded up. We're getting the fryer. You can do this either on the stove, like just putting the oil in the bottom of the pan. You do it on the stove, or if you guys have an actual fryer or an air fryer, you fry it just like you normally would with chicken. So we're heating ours up to 375. So once that's ready to go, we will throw those in. Okie dokie. So now we'll do the bacon wrapped. So for this, I like to just season it up a little bit beforehand. Put a little bit of salt and pepper on there. Really, anything that you do with chicken, you can do with pheasant. Pheasant's super comparable to chicken. I know that some people don't agree with that. Taylor.
Hey.
But, and thank you so much for running the camera, T. I do appreciate it.
You are so welcome.
But anything you do with chicken, you can pretty much do with pheasant. It's super comparable. It's just, I wouldn't even say gamey. Just has more like, I don't want to call it a wild taste, because I think that's kind of a strange way to describe it, but like a wild taste. So I'm going to put a strip down the middle. And then I wanted to try to do this a different, like a little bit of a different way, but I don't think we're going to be able to. Might be able to. I kind of want to weave it, but I've seen it done like that, but I don't think I'm that talented, to be honest. So we're just going to stick with what's comfortable here. I'm going to try to leave the ends on the bottom. That way they kind of sear together. They kind of sears it in, and it makes it to where your bacon isn't going to fall apart as easy. But it pretty much you just try to cover as much of the pheasant as you can with the bacon. So just kind of like so. And then when you cook it, You'll cook it that side down first, so it'll sear all the ends to each other, so then it'll hold it around it when you flip it. Make sense to you?
Sure.
Okay. Cool. Good. Now we're ready to fry. Light's green. Green means go. So we'll throw our pheasant in like so. Send her down in there, and then we'll wait. And then we're gonna put some non-stick spray on our pan here. Very carefully. We will lower down. Okay, so now we want that to cook as long as it can, just like that, so that it sears those ends in. And just under 5 minutes later, this guy looks like he is ready to rumble. Be careful of a hunting dog. He wants his birds, so be careful not to splash on your dog. Contact. He has not left our side since we've started all of this. Bacon wrapped is coming along. It's kind of simmering right now, so let it keep moving on for a little bit, and then we'll flip it, and we'll touch base with you then. Alright, so fried pheasant first up. Tastes just like KFC.
He wants his share.
All right, so change of plans here. As you can see, it's kind of falling apart. So now this is going to be a bacon grease fried pheasant. Something like that. Normally, it works a lot better. So we just have these short little ones from the pig that we had slaughtered this year. We just have like really short. They're like only about the size of like my hand. And so they don't wrap around it as good. Like the stuff from Walmart, like I would never condone like buying like other food, because obviously the stuff that is raised and stuff is obviously a lot better, but it's like skinnier and it's longer, so you can wrap it up a lot better. So use that. If you're gonna do this, use that. Don't use your own bacon unless you have really long stringy bacon. So right now it's just, we're gonna fry it in the bacon grease. So that's our little update for you. Alrighty, so we now have our pheasant with a side of bacon. It's no longer bacon wrapped. It's pheasant with a side of bacon. So just make sure. Maybe we get the salmon vanilla. Beautifully cooked. I think it came out pretty good. Look there. Now we'll give her a taste. But what we're gonna do to give us the idea like it's bacon wrapped is we'll take a piece of bacon, hack that off of there. Come on, cooperate with me. We're making a video here. And we'll do her just like that. Oh, it's gonna be hot. We can never go wrong with bacon wrapped pheasant. Alrighty, so that is gonna do it for this episode of Smoke and Barrel Outdoors. Let me know if you guys have any other recipes that you guys like to do when you guys hunt pheasants, or any questions you guys have about pheasant hunting, or X, Y, and Z, really anything. Just let me know down below in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't. I'm trying to get back on an upload schedule, but I will let you know when that's going to be. Kind of all depends on how work goes, how much time I have. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, we will see you guys next time.